Good day and welcome. You're watching St. Martin News Desk, where we bring you the latest and most important stories around the island and beyond. With your anchor crew, Alston Lawrence, Glenda York, Tiziana Hart, and Mizzy with the Sunshine Report. This broadcast is brought to you by TV15 and proudly produced by Great Bay Media Studios in Phillipsburg, St. Martin. And now, let's jump straight into today's top headlines.
Carnival Parade Safety Advisory issued. The Police Force and Collective Prevention Services are urging the public to plan ahead and stay safe during the Grand Carnival Parade. Today, Thursday, April 30th. Parade is expected to start around 10 a.m. on L.B. Scott Road and then continue through Bush Road, Nisbet Road, Percy LaBega Street, Longwall Road, down Front Street, W.G. Buncamper Road, the Freedom Fighters Roundabout, back on the Pondville Road and into Swaliga Road before ending at the Festival Village. Temporary road closures will be in effect along the route, and motorists are advised to use alternative routes to avoid delay. Police are also reminding scooter and motorcycle riders not to enter or ride inside the parade and to follow instructions from officers on the road. CPS is also urging residents and visitors to drink plenty of water, wear light clothing, use sunscreen, and take breaks from the sun, especially children, seniors, and persons with health conditions. Authorities say with cooperation, the community can enjoy a safe, healthy, and responsible carnival celebration. The first instance has issued its ruling in the Lisbon bribery case, sentencing RB to 6 months in prison and JAD to 4 months. According to the Court of Justice, RB was accused of accepting bribes while serving as a member of parliament in exchange for favoring certain persons. The court found that bribery could not be proven in 2 of the cases. However, in one case, the court ruled that RB did favor co-defendant JAD in exchange for benefits, including money and airline tickets. In his statement, the court said citizens must be able to trust that public servants are not guided by personal interest. RB has also been banned for 5 years from standing for election or serving as a civil servant. He was further ordered to repay about $8,000 in gifts received in connection with the bribery case. Minister Plenipotentiary Arrindell advances St. Martin priorities. Minister Plenipotentiary Dr. Anders Gracita Arrindell has been active in a series of recent engagements focused on St. Martin's development, security, and institutional growth. On April 18th, Arrindell spoke at the Atlantic Assembly 2026 in The Hague, where students, young professionals, and experts discussed security challenges and geopolitical developments. She shared St. Martin's perspective on regional stability, the wider Kingdom of the Netherlands, and the importance of international cooperation. During her visit to Aruba, Arrindell also met with Dr. Stacey Richards Kennedy, the Caribbean Regional Manager for CAF, the Development Bank of Latin America and the Caribbean. The discussion explored how St. Martin could build a potential relationship with the institution to support sustainable development, infrastructure, and long-term national priorities. Arrindell also met with representatives of Aruba's National Archives to gather best practices for establishing a national archive in St. Martin, with attention to preservation, public access, partnerships, and possible support from UNESCO. Together, the meetings highlight efforts to strengthen St. Martin's voice abroad while building support for the development at home.
Hello, my people. My name is Glenda York of Sit, Sip, and Chat and Moms in Paradise podcast. You can find us on TV15 St. Martin, TVC St. Kitts, and on YouTube. Reporting from Great Bay Media Studios in St. Martin, your News Desk feature story is coming up. But first, here is Mizzy with the Sunshine Report.
Hey there, it's Mizzy with the Sunshine Report, straight out of Sunshine City, St. Martin, bringing you the warmth and the sunshine you need to kickstart your day. So let's dive into today's forecast and see how the skies are treating us.
I love it.
You could talk to your family, talk to your friends. Affordability and convenience. Community connection, that makes sense. Reliability with experience. Hey, for every life, every adventure. #1 provider, they got ya. We tell them your data is always on. You can opt out whenever you want. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want the road. Control my data, yeah, yeah, yeah. Always connected every time, everywhere. Money low, but I never fair. I know, tell them is there. Connectivity, that's what I like. Flexibility, that's what I like. Reliability, that's what I like. Tell them, sign me up for life. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Come tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to go. Come tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to road.
Stay connected to the best of local and Caribbean content anywhere, anytime with the TVC Plus app, the official app of TVC Channel 40. With the TVC Plus app, you can watch TVC Channel 40 live, catch every episode of your favorite shows on demand, watch exclusive pay-per-view content, listen to Voice of the Caribbean radio, and watch and read SKN Newsline. The TVC Plus app is available on all your devices. On the Google Play Store, search TVC and the plus sign. In the Apple App Store, type the words TVC Plus. And we're also available on the Amazon App Store for Fire TV and Fire Stick devices. Search the words TVC Plus. Download today and take TVC Channel 40 wherever you go.
All right, don't miss NEWSDESK. Weekdays at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. on TVC. Sync it to the world, now streaming everywhere. Kingdom Affairs course concludes. The first edition of the postgraduate course on Kingdom Affairs concluded on Friday, April 24th, bringing together professionals from both the European Netherlands and the Caribbean islands within the kingdom. The program, organized by the Hague University of Applied Sciences and Leiden University, was fully booked with 20 participants from the European Netherlands and 20 from the Caribbean part of the kingdom. Participants presented their final assignments during a public closing event at the Hague University of Applied Sciences, where certificates were also awarded. Speakers included Aruba Prime Minister Mike Eman, State Secretary for Kingdom Relations Eric van der Burg, Leiden University Rector Magnificus Sarah de Reyke, and Arend Hardorf of the Hague University. The course was coordinated by Dr. Anders Marcel Daniels and Professor Wouter Veenendaal, who holds the special chair on democratic representation in the kingdom. Organizers say interest remains high and the course will be offered again next year. CPS plans vaccination outreach. Collective Prevention Services is calling on parents and guardians to check their children's vaccination records as part of Vaccination Week in the Americas and World Immunization Week. This year's campaign runs from April 25th to May 2nd under the theme, Your Decision Makes a Difference, Immunization for All. CPS says several vaccination outreaches will be held in May, June, and July through its Youth Healthcare Baby Wellness Clinic at Vineyard Office Park. The outreach is mainly for children ages 4 to 9 who still need booster shots and for children and teens from 2 months to 17 years old who are not up to date with their vaccines. Parents are asked to bring their child's vaccination record. The available vaccines include protection against diseases such as measles, mumps, rubella, diphtheria, tetanus, polio, HPV, and pneumonia. CPS says keeping children vaccinated helps protect families and the wider community from preventable diseases. Parents can contact CPS for more information or to make an appointment. Community efforts strengthen St. Martin. Several community initiatives are putting focus this week on second chances, family support, youth development, and child protection across St. Martin. Hearts United Holistic Care Foundation recently celebrated 12 adult graduates of its 12-month Christ program at the John Larmony Center in Phillipsburg. The program, funded by the St. Martin Development Fund, gives adults a second chance through hospitality training, personal development, first aid, sanitation, and hands-on internships at the Morgan Resort and Simpson Bay Beach Resort. Organizers say the program is not only about certificates, but helping people rebuild confidence and find a stronger path forward. Meanwhile, the St. Martin Believers Connection Convention is marking its 20th anniversary from April 30th to May 3rd at the Olam Convention Center in Coal Bay. This year's theme is Uniting the Church, Restoring Family Values, with Pastors Patrick and Mona Lisa Rutherford from the Bahamas serving as guest speakers. The sessions begin nightly at 7:30 and admission is free to the public. In Simpson Bay, the St. Martin Yacht Club raised $14,500 through its raffle and silent auction to support youth sailing and sailability programs. Junior sailors helped sell tickets, while local businesses and supporters donated more than 100 prizes. And on Tuesday, May 5th, Foster Care Awareness Month officially opens at the Bel Air Community Center in Cahill. The event, hosted by Judicial and Institutional Services through Foster Family Central, will highlight the need for more foster families, mentors, volunteers, and community support for children in care. Together, these efforts show how community work takes many forms, but the goal remains the same: helping people feel supported, included, and given a fair chance to grow.
When we come back, we go to our in-depth feature of the day, exploring one of the island's most thought-provoking topics. That's just ahead. Stay tuned.
You know, we all talk about having rights. And yeah, we do.
We have the right to be safe,
the right to learn and get an education,
the right to speak up and be heard,
the right to dream big and build our future.
But listen, rights don't stand alone.
We also have responsibilities.
Real talk, if we want respect, we gotta give respect too.
St. Martin is our home.
So let's protect it. Keep our beaches clean, our streets clean, and show love to nature.
Healthy island, healthy future.
Our parents and guardians do a lot for us.
Let's show respect, talk to them, and listen, even when it's hard.
School prepares us for life.
So we show up, we stay focused, and we put in effort.
We want opportunities, so we work for them.
We are part of this community, every village, every culture, every neighborhood.
Let's be kind, positive, and supportive.
A stronger community starts with us.
And most importantly, we are responsible for ourselves.
We make healthy choices for our mind and body.
We believe in our goals and our voice and our future.
Our rights gives us power, our responsibilities makes us leaders. Together we rise.
The Convention of the Rights of the Child isn't just a policy, it's protection and responsibility. When our children learn their rights, they are better prepared to take on their responsibility. This public service announcement is brought to you by the Department of Youth.
Let's put everything on the table. People always give their opinion, and you can either take it or crunch it. Let them judge. We give in to the most irresistible flavor. We devour every nugget that falls in our hands, especially when it's our crunchy fried chicken. And let the crumbs fly if needed. Let them keep judging. We'll keep indulging. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
You could talk to your family, talk to your friends. Affordability and convenience. Community connection, that makes sense. Reliability with experience. Hey, for every life, every adventure. #1 provider, they got ya. We tell them your data is always on. You can opt out whenever you want. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want the road. Control my data, yeah, yeah, yeah. Always connected every time, everywhere. Money low, but I never fair. I know, tell them is there. Connectivity, that's what I like. Flexibility, that's what I like. Reliability, that's what I like. Tell them, sign me up for life. Tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Come tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want to go. Come tell them we always on. For every moment when you want more. Tell them we always on. Stay connected when you want the road.
Biggie, 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 biggie,
Bigger than Kaya, bigger than Saya, bigger than Sala, bigger than Muraya. Les palais, mais pour qu'on ait wap cavaiti, pas de moyen pour pas champion, pas de moyen pour pas champion, pas de moyen pour pas champion.
Before we wrap up, we take a moment each day to check in with our neighbors across the region. There's always a story worth paying attention to. Here's today's regional headline.
New support system launched for NGOs across SSS Islands. Non-profit organizations across the SSS Islands are getting a timely boost with a new help desk launched to support access to critical funding opportunities. The initiative, introduced by the 4C Foundation, officially rolls out this April and is designed to assist NGOs on Sabre, St. Eustatius, and St. Martin as they prepare applications for the Legacy to Future Funds program. According to organizers, the help desk will be active throughout the current funding cycle, offering scheduled support sessions and one-on-one guidance in the coming weeks, as application deadlines approach later this year. NGOs will be able to access assistance during standard business hours across the islands, with additional virtual support to ensure accessibility for organizations operating in different locations. The first online information session for organizations across all 3 islands will be held on Monday, May 4th from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Registration is now open through bit.ly/2026 Academy, with the meeting link shared after registration. On St. Martin, an in-person information session takes place on Tuesday, May 5th from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m., followed by a grant writing workshop for Legacy to Future Funds categories 3 and 4 on Wednesday, May 6th from 2:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. On Sabre, the in-person information and grant writing session will be held at the Sabre Heritage Center on Friday, May 8th from 2 p.m. to 5, with one-on-one coaching available on Saturday, May 9th from 10 to 2. The service is expected to help groups better understand funding criteria, strengthen their proposals, and meet submission timelines, especially for smaller organizations that may lack administrative capacity. By aligning support with the funding calendar and making resources available across all 3 islands, the initiative aims to increase successful applications and ensure more community-driven projects receive the backing they need. Shout out to our viewers across the SSS Islands, St. Martin, Sabre, and Statia. Here's an island fact. Sabre's only main road is famously called The Road and was built by hand through some of the steepest terrain in the Caribbean.
Welcome back. Each day we take a moment to go beyond the headlines and look deeper into the issues, people, and conversations shaping life here on St. Martin. Welcome to today's NEWSDESK feature.
Not every child grows up in a safe home, and for some the difference between struggle and stability comes down to one decision. Will someone step in? As St. Martin prepares to observe Foster Care Awareness Month beginning May 5th, attention is turning to a quiet but critical issue: children in need of safe, stable, and supportive homes. The initiative is aimed at raising awareness about foster care, encouraging community involvement, and highlighting the ongoing need for families willing to provide temporary or long-term care for vulnerable children. While the topic may not dominate headlines, it touches one of the most important responsibilities of any society: protecting its children. Foster care systems across the Caribbean often operate under pressure. Limited resources, small populations, and social stigma can make it difficult to recruit enough foster families. At the same time, the need continues to grow due to factors like economic hardship, family instability, and social challenges. In many cases, children enter foster care not because they have done anything wrong, but because their environment has become unsafe or unstable. That reality makes awareness campaigns like this one essential, because foster care is not just about housing a child, but it's about providing emotional support, stability, guidance, and a sense of belonging during critical stages of development. Globally, research shows that children who experience consistent supportive care, even temporarily, have significantly better outcomes in education, mental health, and long-term stability compared to those left in uncertain or unsafe conditions. But here's the challenge. Foster care requires people. It requires individuals and families willing to open their homes, adjust their lives, and take on responsibility. Not permanently, but meaningfully. And in small island communities, that call can be harder to answer. For St. Martin, this is more than a social issue, it's a national investment. Every child supported through a stable environment today reduces the risk of deeper social problems tomorrow. Stronger youth outcomes lead to stronger communities and a more stable workforce and a healthier society overall. But without enough foster families, the system becomes strained. Children may remain in temporary or unsuitable situations longer than necessary, and the cycle of instability can continue. That is why awareness must turn into action, because understanding the need is only the first step. Responding to it is what makes a difference. So as Foster Care Awareness Month begins on May 5th, the real question is not whether the need exists, it clearly does. The question is whether enough people are willing to answer it, because somewhere on this island right now, there is a child who needs stability, guidance, and care. And for that child, one home, one family, one decision could, change everything.
That's all the time we have for today's edition of St. Martin News Desk. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, new episodes premiere every weekday at 8 a.m. on TV15 and across all our social media platforms. From all of us here at News Desk, we wish you a fantastic week ahead. Until next time, stay friendly, St. Martin.